UK landlords could be on the verge of losing everything. Falling rental demand in some areas, you might have the wrong house. HMO saturation in some cities, and rents are at pre-2020 levels. Renters' Rights Bill incoming. We break down all this and more in today's video. Stay till the end and you'll see why we're not scared. So hi, I'm Jess.
I'm Adam.
And we help landlords start, scale and optimise. We help you get more money, less hassle and your time back.
Okay.
Let's get into it.
Let's get into it. So, falling rental demand in some areas. Have you got the wrong house? A lot of people might do, to be quite honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, rents
we see it all the time
rents have shot up in so many parts of the country, but now people are scared to move. They'll stay in a smaller house because the price to move is so big. So you're advertising a house online, you're getting less applicants. And if you've been letting out a house for a really high rent and your tenants have left and you go to put it back on the market, you might be finding...
But to come back, not a lot.
Not a lot, but you'll be renting it for less now than you were before. Definitely in city centre apartments, I've noticed.
Totally.
Yeah.
Rents right now high and maybe falling back a little bit, but do not forget, rents are still higher than they were 2 years ago. So you can't have it always. Things fluctuate and go up and down. Rents are only just softening a little bit. Probably in about half of all the cases when we're doing a re-rent, we're re-renting at slightly less. I'm going to say slightly less. On £1,000 rent, I'm talking about £25 less than we rented it out for before. So not a disaster. And when you put that versus the mortgage increase, because mortgages have gone up as well, we all know that. And I'm doing refinances now where I'm looking at a mortgage interest rate increase, pay rate, that's putting my mortgage up from something like £300 to more like £450. It's a big jump, £150. My rent on the same property has gone up more than £300, £340, £350 in some cases. And that's even on a re-rent now with that little bit of
However,
decrease.
If you have got the wrong house, again, I wouldn't be too worried. We can sell that for you. We can show you the process for selling that. We do it a lot for landlords and we help you redeploy that cash into a better area of the country where it could perform more for you.
Right, so next, HMO saturation. Have we reached that point where there's just too many of them in university cities, university towns and cities in particular? We're in Nottingham, Sheffield. I'm not going to name all the places where we are, but quite a few university towns. We're seeing this as a universal trend in all of those places.
There's some massive social trends that we've noticed as well, especially with students. They tend to have smaller friendship groups now. So whereas before they wanted a 5 or 6 bed house, now they want in a 4 bed. They'll rent that as a unit, the 4 of them for a year. But what students tend to really want is a self-contained flat, brand new building, a multi-purpose building. There's a gym below it. There's shops and stuff. It's in the city centre. They walk everywhere. That's massive now. That wasn't a thing 20 years ago when I went to uni.
Yeah, just remember though, and that is your competition. If you've got those kind of HMOs, that is, students want that. Why? Because who owns those big blocks?
Good point. Yeah.
Banks, pension companies.
Yeah.
They put money into property.
Big time.
So that should tell you something. It's a safe bet. There's something there to be investigated. Just do it right. House share is cheaper. £500 a month is cheaper than the rent, electricity, council tax on a flat. Plus, that's a 1-bedroom flat. It's a bit lonely. You get with a house share and you've got some mates, haven't you? So there's a way of repackaging those HMOs that you can't get rid of the students anymore, probably. You might want to upgrade them, maybe you can. But if you can't, pivot them to a professional house share. You can even Airbnb them on a short-term let.
Yeah.
Some landlords do that kind of thing as well. There's ways to do
Young
this.
professionals still though, if it's not all en suite, you're not doing it.
You don't like Airbnb, do you?
Oh no, not for Airbnb. I don't mind it, but I'm just more. If you're going to focus your HMO on young professionals, it's still, if they're not all en suite, good luck.
I think Airbnb regulations coming.
Yeah.
Planning permissions coming. Probably. If it's a short-term stop now, while you sell a thing or get around.
Airbnb is brilliant if you're product is good and you're all fully compliant and you're going to be able to, it's
Also
great, like anything.
It's also a great way to get an apartment to go on holiday, isn't it? Yeah, let's face it. But anyway,
Anyway, that leads us into the next point quite nicely. Dun.
Da, da, da. The Renters' Rights Bill is coming. It's on its way.
So?
Ooh, bit dismissive.
I don't care.
They're all really worried about it. They're all really worried about it. I've got to get my notes. I left my notes over there. I've got a briefing pack.
Oh, you have?
Briefing pack.
Go on,
Ready?
a little briefing pack.
Briefing pack.
My briefing pack is nothing's really changing.
Briefing pack.
All this stuff's pretty much in place at the minute. Yeah, all right, there's a few little changes, but if you're a good landlord doing everything as you should be doing and you're fully compliant, don't worry too much.
Yeah, but they're really still scared. They're worried.
All right.
Okay, so briefing and we've been briefed to death. So what do we actually know is changing? We don't know nothing. We don't know nothing. Yeah. Nothing's confirmed. Yeah. So there's loads of talk. Nothing's confirmed. Now there's a great big long list. I'll go through some of it. But every single one of these things could be taken off at the last minute. Probably won't. Someone's getting tied in. But the things that hit the headlines and seem crazy and unworkable and you haven't thought that through, all of that will get sorted before it gets made into law. Adam's right. The
rental repayment orders, they're already in.
They're already in. The fact you can't discriminate and pets and already in. But you can put a pet passport on and you can reference the pet. You know, if it's a 15-stone Doberman and you can't put it into a 2-bedroom flat. There's an RSPCA guidance that says you can't do that. Just reference the pet. I'm sorry, you can't put that pet in that flat. That's perfectly acceptable. That's not discrimination. It's just sensible. Referencing, if you think about it, is a form of discrimination, isn't it? You're discriminating between one applicant and another. One of the biggest things is it's retroactive. I can't say it. Retroactive. It means that the day it comes in, an assured short-hold tenancy will now be just an assured tenancy. It's effectively just an ongoing periodic tenancy. Most landlords are on that anyway. Yeah.
Some prefer it.
The notice periods on either side have gone up a little bit if it goes through as it's proposed.
It's funny that, you know, that, so they want everyone to be on a periodic tenancy, so monthly rolling, right? So many tenants, I hear them say, I'd prefer to be on a contract. They want security. They want to feel like they know they're going to live there for the next 12 months. Yeah. Not the landlord can give me 4 months notice. I think it's going to go from 2 to 4 months maybe. Yeah. Well,
maybe.
Those tenants don't want 4 months notice. They want no notice. They want to stay.
Yeah. Let's go back to basics before I carry on with this. If you're a landlord, what do you want? You want a long-term tenant that stays for a long time, looks after the house and pays the rent. None of this changes that. If you've done your referencing right, your house is the right house in the right area, your rent level's right, and your ongoing management of the property is right, nothing changes. Here's a big one, and it hits the headlines all the time. Abolition of Section 21, that's the no-fault eviction. There's a strengthening of the Section 8 and various grounds. If you want your house back, you can still get your house back. If they don't pay the rent, you can still get your house back.
You need to sell it.
There's actually a little bit, there's an antisocial behaviour clause in there where if they're mucking around a little bit, you'll have a management and plan in place that becomes, we think, a mandatory ground to get rid of somebody because of that. And at the moment, it's a little bit harder, we know, to get somebody out of a house because of that.
We're bordering on needing to make a video just on the Renters' Rights Bill, yeah.
Rent increases?
That could be another video. But
rent increases? Another one? You can only do them every year. That's laughable.
That's good. It's fair.
Fair? Because it's fair. But you, Mr. Landlord, Mrs. Landlord, you don't put your rents up every year.
Most self-managed landlords don't.
You don't do it. This is actually
if you're putting them up more than once a year, you're not a very nice landlord.
But actually, you're not allowed.
Some people try it.
Of course, most landlords don't put their rents up once a year anyway. This is actually going to accelerate rent increases. Rents will go up because of this. There's a few other things on there, but I think Adam, I think you're right.
Yeah. If you want to find out any more about the Renters' Rights Bill or how you can improve a HMO or why your houses aren't renting for what you think they should be, you know what to do? Book a call with us.
Because absolutely not to dismiss that the Renters' Rights Bill is coming. You're scared about it. We're prepared about it. but you can't ignore it.
No.
That is something. So if you're not prepared, I guess it would be scary. If you have an uncompliant house, you've got illegal immigrants living in there, paying too much, nothing's on the right contract. There's plenty of ambulance chaser. You'll start seeing them now. If you're watching this, wherever you're watching it, on any kind of social media, you'll start to see those ambulance chaser kind of emails. They will come and get you. Rent repayments orders, they're for you. All of those other problems, they're coming to get you. But if you get yourself organised, you're a good landlord. Won't affect you at all.
There we go.
Well, thank you very much for watching. Please like, subscribe, share with your friends. If you feel like hearing more, go to forthelandlords.com, join the community. It'd be great to have you on board. Bye for now.